What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Tail Talk. I'm Chaotic Blaze, known as Blaze.
And I'm Wolfie Paws, known as Wolfie Paws.
And I'm Doki Paws, but you can call me Doki.
And this is a new podcast we're going to be doing. I'm going to be posting it on my channel on YouTube. I'm also going to be posting it on multiple different podcast websites.
Hey now. I'm going to post it on mine too.
We're going to post it on two YouTube channels, so you'll be able to visually watch us. So if you'd like to see a visual of us in VR chat as we're recording this, you can. You'll have multiple ways to see it. Or if you just want to hear us while you're on the road or whatever, feel free to just pop us on one of your podcasts. Exactly. And listen to us on the radio. We're going to be talking about anything, everything. This is an everything kind of podcast, so expect to hear anything. This episode is something special. We're going to be talking about virality and a lot of that, apparently. But before we get started, of course, a lot of people know who Wolfie is. However, I would love for you, Wolfie, to tell everybody what you do.
I don't need an introduction.
Yes, you do. Because you're a poppy fur.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You're a poppy fur.
No.
Poppy furs need an introduction.
No, I am not. I am not a poppy fur.
In the comments, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see in the comments.
But I'm not. Swag is a poppy fur. I am not.
We'll eventually have swag.
I'm hated by some.
You are not hated. And whoever hates you is just a
That is
fur.
not. Yes, I am actually.
That even more
Isn't
solidifies solidifies you being poppy fur, though, because you're only popular when you have your first hater.
Well, I had my first hater at 2.
Look at that, popular
Haters gonna
before
hate.
popular before
Haters
even
gonna
making it out of preschool.
And that was my brother.
Popular before even getting out of the home.
And my dog.
Oh my god. Ah. This is what you're going to expect, everyone. From this point on, just you know what you're getting yourself into. You've been warned. So yeah, this is one of the podcasts I'll be doing. I have a few other podcasts I will be doing on my network that will be connected. So we will be connecting this with Dark Avenger Media, which is my media channel, which is where I do a lot of comic reviews. I also do news. I do gaming stuff, just like this.
Unboxing.
And unboxings. Yes, I know you particularly loved one of my unboxings on TikTok. There will be more of those, possibly. There will be more of those, definitely, in the future.
Yeah, because we have new merch up.
New merch. Yeah, we're not. No promotion. No promotion. There might be some new merch. There might be a link on Wolfie's video for new merch. We won't talk about.
There is a beanie.
There's a beanie. It's a nice little hat you put on. Mm-hmm.
And we're probably gonna get a bandana too.
Oh, now you got me
Possibly.
again. That would be good. That would be fun. Actually, here's a good way. It's a good little warm up before we get into the actual subject. You run, since you don't want to talk about, I'll talk about it. You run a group public community on VR chat.
Uh-huh.
You literally just passed 2 years on VR chat. What is it like running? Because I'm sure a few people would love to know this, especially if they're interested in starting their own group. What is it like running a group public and having a community?
Are you talking about as big as we gotten, or are you talking about in general?
In general, and then if you'd like to add in as big as yours.
In general, it's easier than it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Way easier than it looks. It takes a lot of passion, a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Love and caring into a successful group. And as an owner, you do have to know how to lead a team. Otherwise, you're screwed.
Absolutely. I should know. I'm part of your team.
Hey, coincidence. So am I.
Right? But I'm sure you've had your
Doki
heart.
too.
Dogi Corner.
No, she's a founder. That's
Founder.
different.
That's the word I was looking for. Co-founder, yeah. But y'all are married, so everything's 50-50 anyway. So technically co-owner.
No. It's my name on it.
Fair enough. True. So you're saying she takes half your name? What part does she get? The wool or the fee?
You already have half of my name. What are you talking about?
The pause. That's true. The pause part. Well, I meant on the title, but anyway, we'll go with that.
It's not a business.
It's not a business yet.
Oh,
It
no,
will never
it
be a
never will
business.
Yeah, I know. I joke, of
It's
course.
a community. That's different.
It's an awesome community.
Mhm.
I am honestly so happy to be a part of the community. There are a lot of really great people. The hangouts are wonderful. Of course, you got the trolls and stuff, but it happens in any public instance. It's not like you could avoid it.
Insert brush hair. Hey, where's the boys when we need them?
Right. And Doki, you do a lot
Hey.
of.
Don't touch me there. That is my no square.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God. And Doki, you've actually started doing TikTok. You've actually been doing a lot of videos showing off worlds. How has that been, honestly?
Honestly, it's been fun. I started the channel in hopes to get more outreach to these, creators that are putting out work. Because sometimes things will show up in the, in our new and noteworthies or in our news or whatever they be. And they might be there for a day. They might be there for less than a day, and then they just fall off the fall off the face of the planet.
Mm.
And I kind of feel like that's sad because there's a lot of amazing world creators out there. So I wanted to start showcasing them, and it's been a trip. I started out doing just, the picture screen, you could flip through pictures and things on TikTok, and then I've gradually worked myself up to video, and I'm learning. I'm still new to it. I've only been doing it for, let's see, I started in March, so a couple months, and it's been a real learning adventure trying to figure out how to edit videos because I've never done that until this point. So it's
But
been
say-
great.
What do you do?
Right now, what do I do?
Yes.
I'm working on actually getting back into podcasting. I'm working on trying to get my comic review stuff
Here we
back
are.
on track. Here we are, exactly. This is the first of a few podcasts I'm working on. This one is going to be my first one back. I'm trying to get my comic book stuff back off again, and I am working on building my own community and doing a few other things on Discord and doing some work in Twitch, getting my Twitch streams back to streaming and whatnot. Maybe we'll stream one of these podcasts at some point. Do like a live show
That
special.
could
at some
definitely
point.
be a thing.
Mhm.
If people want it. I mean, again, it all depends on what our listeners / viewers want. But I've been away from doing entertainment and doing content for approximately, I'd say, like 5 years now. I want to get back into doing this more. This is my passion. This is what I love doing, just as much as I love being on VR chat and being a part of this community, a part of other communities. I love making content that make people happy. So that's mainly what I'm working on doing right now, is getting my channels back up and running again. So I'll be doing all of that, YouTube,
Nice.
Twitch, and I am working on TikTok as well. So I will be doing a lot of TikTok stuff. You'll be seeing a lot of bloopers. If you're listening to this podcast, there are a lot of bloopers. There will be, they'll be around. They will be around for sure. But mainly that's
I
what I
can't
want.
help myself.
I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna get more bloopers out of this. I swear. But
Maybe.
Blooper to podcast ratio. How's that gonna go?
oh god, that's gonna. I think it
I think there's gonna-
depends.
I think there's gonna be more bloopers than content, but
I mean, hey, if the TikToks take off, then people are gonna want to actually see the podcast part.
Oh Lord.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's
who we
another
are, right?
They
at
get
the
viral,
core.
the bloopers.
Mm-hmm. That's
Don't know
another
how
Probably
big
thing.
it
viral.
is.
That's another thing. I'm thinking of actually doing recording sessions from time to time in VR chat and just taking little clips of all the funny stuff that happens and making videos of that. Of course, with everybody knowing I'm recording in advance, so I don't get anybody popping up going, "Hey,
Well-
why did you record me doing this?" You knew it was in the description. It was in the little
Well-
blurb.
To be honest with you, it's probably easier to do shorts or TikToks in that thing, not of videos. Because if
Yeah.
you look at When Snake Sings, for example, big shout out by the way.
Mhm.
He does shorts, he does TikToks, he does those kind of things. So that's how he also grows. A lot of people know When Snake Sing because of the TikToks, and they stumble upon his music, and they love his music, and then they love him, and he's just a lovable guy.
Exactly. And his content's a lot of fun to watch. And you were part of a few of his videos. I was in one of his videos so far. It's so much fun to even record.
Hard work though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't even started editing TikToks yet. YouTube videos is one thing. TikTok is a completely new kind of animal for me.
Animal.
What were you raising your hand, Doki? Or were you gonna say something?
Oh no. I need to go really quickly for like 5 seconds. I'll make it as fast as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time's
She
up.
lied.
Peace out.
Whoop. And then I clicked the chair. Outtake.
That's why I don't click.
I didn't mean to. It's okay. We'll pause
You
it
don't
at
need to say outtake. You will know when it's outtake.
yeah. We'll pause and wait for her to poof to get back. No, we're good.
No, why?
Oh, you want to?
Perfect.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna keep going from
Yes.
right before
keep
the
going.
click.
Keep going.
Mhm.
Definitely.
So she passed the 5. So, I think it would be. I really feel like when it comes to YouTube and stuff that VR chat is starting to get. How do I explain it? There are a lot of people on YouTube right now that like to take videos and show the horrible side of VR chat.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we're gonna go there. I have to, because it bothers me.
I did not think we would go there on the first episode, but here we are.
Well, we're talking about content, so it just hit me to think. It just the first thing I think about are all the people that literally do videos on VR chat, showing off all these horrible things, but no one really does a lot of videos to show the good side of VR chat, other than the streamers who do their streams on Twitch.
You have Cyberchimp. Does a good job.
Yes, I mean there are streamers that do it, but
he's a troll, but he's a good troll.
Right, exactly. But I mean, YouTube-wise, Twitch-wise, I feel like, you got the Twitch streamers that are in VR chat. Obviously, you're seeing all the good stuff there. But when it comes to translating it to VR,
Cyberchimp does that pretty well.
Are they videos too? They do videos.
Yep.
Mm.
Videos and streaming.
So there's a one positive, but how many negatives over that positive happen though? And that's the problem. People love that. Exactly. People love that. And the problem is it makes VR chat look a lot worse than what it actually is, in my opinion. Because these people go looking for the issues to spotlight it. And they're not really there in VR chat. You've run Wolvie's Hangouts for 2 years already. How many times is something that they've spotlighted, would you say, if somebody like that would have shown up in your instance, how many times would you say that would have happened?
Too many.
But
legit too many.
Fair.
But it's the same as celebrities, though. I mean, if you look at it this way, when a celebrity opens a charity or something like that, it's in the limelight for maybe 15 seconds. But if a celebrity has a scandal, suddenly it is blown up and it's huge because drama sells, like especially bad negative things, because people love to see other people fail or love to see other people's problems because then you don't have as bad of problems, right?
Exactly.
Instead of supporting people and trying to bring people out of those situations, they'd rather just be like, yes, this is gold here because I don't have this problem. And it's just sad. But it's the human condition, or mostly.
It's true. And even with comic book media, whenever I would report something that was going on that was horrible, bad, or whatever, bad news, those videos would get tons of views. And then you talk about something that's good news or something great that's going on, not as many people as enthusiastic about it. It's just drama sells. That's why Drama Alert does really well on YouTube, because drama is the number one sale factor when it comes to anything. But I do feel VR chat is a wonderful, originally, I believe VRChat was a game that then became a social experiment, honestly. But it's a wonderful social experiment now because so many people from all around the world are able to get together nightly, daily, weekly, whatever time they can get on, and meet people from anywhere around the world. And it's a really wonderful game, a wonderful experience. I would
Well,
definitely recommend.
it's kind of been like this since internet started.
Yeah,
There's always been
definitely.
places where you can meet somebody from the opposite side of the globe.
Hmm.
Whether it be Active Worlds, Second Life, VRChat, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Still a social place.
Yeah, but VRChat allows
Club
us to see
Penguin.
each other. Oh my God, Club Penguin.
Right? MySpace.
Oh God,
Mm-hmm.
MySpace taught me how to code things.
Mm-hmm.
Because to make your background look all nice, you get the little codes and you make it look all sparkly and nice. Those were
Mhm.
those were good
VRChat though,
times.
it's a way different experience though, because with like things like Harbo or something like Guy Online or something like that, you have a stationary character, or you even just have your page, and yes, you can type and stuff like that and go back and forth, but it's really hard to convey your emotions, and it's really hard to convey like touch, feel, things like that. So like a hug or a pat on the back or something like that. You can always write pats back or something like that, but it doesn't mean as much when you physically see somebody reach out, pat your shoulder, and be like, "Hey, congrats, buddy," or "How you doing, buddy?" That still translates the same in your brain. It's it's the same as like if somebody comes up and touches you in a way that you don't like to be touched. It still triggers that same sense. The good stuff does too. A good hug from a friend. I mean, even me and Wolfie have talked about this recently. When we go to hug people in VR, there's always a tap, tap, tap. We still tap people's
Yeah.
backs when we hug them.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
like, they can't feel that. There's no
can't,
need,
yeah.
right? But we still do it because we're actually honestly hugging them,
Unless
But
you
yeah,
have a
VR
haptic
chat's allowed
touch.
us to actually connect like in a way that is like amazing compared to like previous connections, I suppose.
Absolutely. I mean, you and Wolfie are a prime perfect example. Both of you met, and now look at where we are. So
2.5
VR
years.
chat. Oh yeah,
Going strong.
forever.
Yeah.
And we're gonna say forever.
Forever.
Period.
Oh yeah.
But
Most likely.
But again, that's why VR chat's so awesome because we find people, we meet people, and make connections. And it's like you said, you could do that in any game. Any game was like that, even AOL, AIM, whatever. But here it's different because, like you mentioned, you've got that feeling of like where you can hug someone, where you can pat someone, where you can actually have a sleep. I've slept in VR multiple times, and there are sometimes people who want to join, and it's that feeling of, you know, having somebody there. Maybe not physically in your presence, but they are in some way with you, even though they're not right in front of you. They are
They're in
still
virtual
there.
space.
Exactly. In virtual space, you share those moments together, and it's a wonderful thing. And it's why a lot of people ask me like what games I recommend, especially after you pass 18. I don't know how. I mean, you're welcome to say, if you don't agree with me. I would say when it comes to VR chat, especially because of where it's evolved at this point. However, we do have the 18 plus verification now. I do feel VR chat kind of feels more like an adult space. It is a 13 plus game though. It is 13 plus. It was created that way. And now there are ways to kind of keep the younger, generation, out of adult spaces with the verification. But with the verification, I feel like
Well,
now this can be.
You do know why it's 13 plus, right?
Why? Because I'm not 100% sure.
It's easy. Younger generation can stay on on VRChat longer.
Fair. It's true. They can grow up and stay
It's same
with
as
it.
Generate
Facebook
money.
too, though. Facebook and other chat areas are also 13 plus. So if they were to do that and like take that away, they would lose a competitive edge, right?
Yes.
Like
Right.
for sure.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
so I think they just went with like more of an industry standard in that TOS involvement of the age of 13. But I do like that they have implemented the 18 plus. Yes, it is a paid service, but of course, they're using a third party service to do it. That somebody's got to help pay for that, right? You
Exactly.
don't have to do it once. It's not like it's not extensive. And I thought it was really easy. And if I want to host something that I know I do not want minors affiliated with whatsoever, I have peace of mind knowing that I can use that, right?
Mm-hmm. And
ultimately, it's not the kids that are the problem; it's the adults that are the problem. We need to do better.
Exactly. No, definitely. I 100% agree. And another thing with the VR Chat Plus, that's what Dogi's talking about, paying VR Chat Plus for 1 month and then you can verify. There are benefits to VR Chat Plus also, creating groups, being able to, you have extra space to make avatars, extra space for worlds. There are a lot of benefits to VR Chat Plus for sure.
Hey, now we also have this. Ow.
Oh, yeah. And now we have physical stuff that we can bring into the world.
We have this. Hurting ourselves on our microphone.
We've always had that.
Of course.
But it's true. And I
also
think
like these stickers and emojis though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we brought those up.
Oh, definitely. So like I would have to put it like that.
Ooh.
Or if you want to advertise.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You could do a bunch of different things, and it's a benefit. I think it's really beneficial. I mean, there are so many games that have paid services or pay to get like premium status. This is a way to help VR Chat keep developing and growing its brand, and at the same time it's beneficial for the people as well. Whoop.
That's not where I want to place it.
There you go. So
and if you don't like drama, drink water. Keeps you from drama because you gotta pee. Like this says, drinking a large amount of water every day helps you avoid other people's drama because you're too busy peeing. Stay hydrated.
Yes. That's your catchphrase, Mom.
Stay hydrated, yes, not the rest. I stole that.
But VR Chat is growing because we have events now in VR Chat, like the one we're going to be talking about, like the one. Actually, you're going to be at one. Probably by the time this goes up, you'll be at it already. We could talk about that towards the end. But VR Chat is growing, and you can tell it's growing because you've got companies now that want to host events, want to host conventions and get-togethers, because in VR Chat you can go to a whole convention and stay at the comfort of your own home. You could buy stuff right through Gumroad, Jinxie, whatever people are advertising, right on the internet at a click of a button through VR Chat, and boom, you have whatever product they're selling. So perfect segue, everyone, into Virality, which literally just happened. One of the biggest VR Chat events, I would say, for now, but one of the biggest ones that we've had since the start of VR Chat.
Yes.
I've been talking for a bit, so Wolfie Doki, what did you think about Virality this year?
I'll let Doki go first on this.
Sure. I thought this year the worlds were immaculate. First off, I loved this dreamers escape kind of idea that they were going for. Well, like we had the clouds, we had the stars, the soft lullaby, and the books. I'm a book person, so the stacks of books was just beautiful. Yes. Last year, it was good and everything. They took it up like 3-4 levels even. It was just amazing. I feel like there was also a lot of outreach with the charity. That the charity this year was double last year, right?
Oh, definitely.
Or more even, I think. More than double, yeah. So I think it really brought people in. I met more people this year than I did last year, for sure. There was more, the meetups were more fun, more entertaining. People were more excited this year. This year was like one of the best years for Virality that I've been to yet. I've been to a few of them now, and this has been the best one. But I mean, obviously we had the whole VR Chat fallout for 4 hours to 6 hours, whatever it was.
6 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours.
6 hours. It happens. It happens.
25.
The Creature Crash of 25, yeah. But I mean, despite all that, excellent. Like, it was excellent, and
I agree.
they had really good performers. I loved the community showcase, so I think that was like my number one. I know that a lot of people don't necessarily attend the community showcase. If you don't, you have to, though, because
I agree.
I love watching everybody's videos. Some of them had me laughing so hard. I had to mute my mic because we were in public. I was just laughing like a crazy woman, but definitely Creator Showcase was one of my highlights. What about you, Wolfie?
I mean, I've been into Ferrari since Ferrari Luma Festival. And same year was Silva, which was amazing. And then we had
Mhm.
Umbra. Umbra was... It was too much Star Wars themed, in my opinion, that it ruined the whole entire experience. Sauna, however, it was original. It was, as Doki said, books, stacks and stacks of books everywhere. It had, it was a dream state type of thing, and I love to sleep, so that was perfect. Doki's not gonna let this, so that was perfect for her. We all got something out of that, but you know, in the end, it was really great. How about you?
I have to agree. Umbra was my first Ferality. This was my second one, and this one was way better. I did love Umbra because, again, it was my first, so it has a special place because of that. But this one, I have to agree. The worlds were gorgeous. The theme was amazing. Community. I wasn't going to go. Funny enough, I wasn't going to go. Someone asked me to go with them, and I was like, okay, I'll hop in and watch. I'm glad I did. The videos had me laughing, and then the last 5 that were all about love and relationships had me. I was like, really,
Oh.
really, you hit me with the feels as it's gonna end. Thank you, Ferality. You had to get me into that feelings right at the end of your community night.
They
Thank
do
you
this
so
every
much.
year.
They get you
Every
though.
year.
And they're so good,
Every
but they're
year.
done. These are done by people who, are content creators, and they're done so well. They're done so great,
Mhm.
and they know how to hit you. They hit me, and it hurt. It hurt in a good way. I loved it. One of my favorites was, of course, Seth. I love watching Seth Cooper's every year. He always finds
Okay,
something nerdy.
we're not talking about animal abuse here.
What?
By hitting.
Oh,
What?
because I said it hit me hard.
Oh. Oh my.
My God.
What? What is it wrong?
Nothing.
You are a
Nothing at
hell
all.
wolf, are you not?
I am a hell wolf. Yes, I am.
There you go. Animal abuse.
Oh my God.
But
I like
the
Seth
intro
Cooper's.
song. The intro song too,
Furry
though.
abuse.
It was so funny. So you want to watch the creator showcase with me? The whole little song and dance thing. First off, I did it in my home world, so I was like over the moon. But second off, I just love like the texting and trying to find people to go with you, and it's like not that person. Then you keep looking. It was so real. It was funny.
It was.
Huh? I'm not sure where I'm following you here.
They had a song at the beginning of the showcase. It's like, do you want to go watch the community showcase with me?
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, the first video.
Yeah,
Yep,
that
yep,
was
yep.
that was hilarious.
It was.
That's
I had a
how it
great
is for
time
some
watching
people,
that.
though.
But I will also
Oh
say
yeah,
that
yeah, for sure.
the club world was done really beautifully this time around with the
Mhm.
peacock and then the feathers. I remember when we all first showed up there, the person I was with was like, "Oh, I don't know, this doesn't," because it was closed. It was nothing started yet. And then when the music started and you had the feathers that opened up and then they floated all around you, it was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
wait a minute."
That concept
Whoa.
is not new.
I know it's not new, but
But it was beautiful.
it was way
They
better
did-
than
they
last
did
year's.
something similar in Silva.
Oh, they did. Okay, I didn't make it to Silva, so I didn't know. So how similar was it? Would you say?
It was a volcano with a dragon, so
Oh,
pretty similar.
why you gotta say Red
Not
Dragon? Now I wish I
entirely
would've seen
similar.
that.
Of course, that's a little bit different, but it's the dragon had wings, if I remember correctly. I think it was a dragon.
the wings would open up and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
I mean,
had
like
to
they've
be
done
right.
moving parts, is what you're saying, but the
Yes.
feathers is all new. I've never
yeah,
seen
yeah.
them do the feathers moving.
It was
But
beautiful.
the water,
Yeah.
the rain into the bird bath though. They had just multiple sections next to like the bar areas
Yes.
in the club. The rain was so cool.
Let's talk about that.
We are.
We are.
Yes, but let's talk more about the bird bath. Why did it? Why? Okay. Every Ferality I've been to since Ferality Luma Festival, there's always been birds in
Yes.
some way, shape, or
Mm.
form.
Thank you. I've noticed this.
Always.
Yes.
And
Maybe somebody's a bird on
except
the staff.
except Aqua. Aqua was on the water, so they couldn't have birds, obviously.
Birdfish.
They did have
Birdfish.
they had the duckfish. They had the duckfish in
Fair
their hidden
enough.
place.
Fair enough. Yep. Okay.
Makes me wonder if somebody who's working on the team, who's working in the world development or anything like that, is a bird furry.
Yeah.
Maybe partial to
maybe.
birds.
The only reason I knew about
I
the
might dig into
birdfish,
my context for that.
the only reason I knew about the duckfish was because somebody spotlighted it in a YouTube video when I was looking at older Feralities, and they're like, "Oh my god!" I'm not going to say it for the show, but you know what they called it. I'm sure everybody did. A fish duck. Not just take the two words and put
Fish
them
duck.
together.
Fish duck.
Yeah, fish duck or duckfish.
Yeah.
I've had catfish, dogfish. Why not?
But yeah, no, you're right.
Oh,
There
the
have been
ratfish, too.
birds. There haven't been. But I gotta say, when it came to the meetups, because the meetups are really the meat and potatoes of the convention, other than the oh god, I forgot the name of it now.
Performances.
The performances definitely no, those were another where the seller the
panels?
den no the den
The dealer's den.
the dealer's den, yeah. Dealer's den, I know a lot of people met up, and that's where a lot of people, advertise their art, their avatars, whatever. But the meetups were, I don't know, I feel like this year they were a bit different. It was more social this year. I feel like don't get me wrong, Umbra, they were nice. It was a little tiny area. I feel like they made the area a bit bigger. There were more like places where you can go. There was like that fun thing where you could float and sit and talk. I met a lot more people this year. A lot more. I didn't even realize I was talking to this one person when I went to the Nova Beast meet. Had no idea he was streaming. I just showed up. They were the first one there. We struck up a conversation for like 2 seconds, and then I realized they were like talking to somebody. I'm like, who are you talking to? At first I thought somebody might have blocked me. And then I saw the camera. I'm like, wait, are you streaming? And then it just became this huge conversation about streaming and gaming, what they do, what I do. And it just like all of a sudden people started showing up, and we just had this big conversation on this person's stream. And like I said, it was just different this year. I had a lot more fun at the meetups. It made me want to go to more meetups. I only had one kind of moment, like meetup that was towards the end, and that was also because there were a lot of names in the instance that corralled a lot of the crowd. So if you weren't part of the crowd, you were just sitting there watching the crowd surround the streamers or the popular people that were there. But otherwise, I had a blast. I had a blast with the meetups for sure.
Yeah.
I found that to be the case with the meetups for this year as well. Last year, I don't even think I added anybody. Like, that's how little there was communicating going on. This year, I probably had like 6 or 7 friends added on. And it's funny because some of them, like, I'm literally just adding a couple people. I went to like, some streamer meetups and things like that, and I'm like, oh, this person's really funny. Like, we chat for a little while, we add each other. Never ever actually looking into their content. I'm just scrolling through TikTok. Oh, I added them at Ferality. Like, yeah, it's some funny stuff.
I actually met an avatar creator in a geolocator Ferality World. That I did not know created avatars.
Exactly.
They wanted to add me because I was the owner of Wolfie's Hangout, and they were a part of the Wolfie's Hangout group, and I'm like, okay. Okay, that's cool and all.
Though.
That's cool and all. And then one of the other founders, Max Shepard, he said, "You know who that was, right?" I'm like, "Nope." It's an avatar, very very known avatar creator. I'm like, okay. I had no idea. I still don't know. I haven't seen them since.
Did you play games? However, chaotic.
I
Blaze? Did you?
I didn't have a chance, unfortunately, to get into any of the
Oh.
games. I heard they were great. Next year, I didn't plan out this year well enough, so I didn't realize they were going to add games. So a lot of the stuff I planned was the concerts, the meetups, and then of course, Dealer's Den. So I didn't even know that they were going to add all those games. And had I known, I would have taken a chunk out and done the games next year.
Oh,
in
it
advance,
was
I'll
already
know.
day one, dude.
Mm.
It was already day one.
I didn't. Oh, I know. I just didn't realize that they had it. I never noticed that they were actually going to be doing
Yeah.
Right.
virality theme ones. Next year, I'll know in advance. So this way,
Well, no. They were not virality themed one. They were
They would just.
instances by virality.
right? That's
Yeah.
what. Yeah, by Friday.
Like me, Doki Max, we went to Exploding Kittens a lot, which is one of my
Oh my
favorite
gosh, so much.
favorite
Exploding
card
Kittens
games.
is fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, we went there a lot.
I would have done
Geolocator was
Prison
one of them
Escape.
as well.
Geolocator's a lot of fun too. I like that game. Mine would have probably been Murder and Prison Escape as well. I like those. Those are where I tend to be in.
So
a lot.
here's a little trade secret. I don't like Geolocator that much.
Mhm.
I just caved in because Doki and Max wanted to go, so I'm like, okay, sure, let's go. But apparently I won most of the games we played.
Yeah, they smoked us.
Apparently,
It's okay, though.
allegedly.
Oh, I'm horrible at the
Allegedly.
game. I am horrible at the game, but I just enjoy doing it anyway because you learn something new, or you get mad.
Mhm.
Sometimes I get mad because like, ow.
But we do have to address the elephant in the room.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know yet, but I know Doki knows. There is a new for a VR convention coming up.
I've heard
Forever,
whispers.
Forever Unleashed
I've heard whispers of that.
by
Yes.
Rebel the Fox and Lobo and Swifty.
Mhm.
Couple other beans.
Yeah, that I don't know,
Mhm.
but
It's gonna be
I'm
interesting.
really looking forward to that. And they
we
already
kn-
have a theme.
Do we know when it is?
Yeah,
Mm,
I don't know personally.
no. Not
Okay,
yet.
so they didn't have a date yet. So I'm guessing it'll probably be in
they're
the fall,
still building
winter. Right. So it'll probably be fall, winter, or maybe even next year at the start of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Probably next year. I gotta dig. I gotta dig a little bit in
Wanna dig a little.
Rebels DMs.
Hell yeah. I'll definitely go because
see
I would
if-
definitely like to go to more conventions in VR. Hopefully it'll be
Mhm.
kind of the
Yeah.
same format as Virality if there is going to be a charge at one.
Right now, there's only Virality that I know of.
That's it.
I'm sure there's some that are under the radar too. Like
They are.
there
really
was
under
like there
radar,
used to be
so-
Sly Fest back in the day.
Yeah, but
and that
Slapfest
was
not
the
a VR.
smaller-
That was not a furry convention though.
Well, yeah, it wasn't furry either. As for fur conventions, I think it's only Virality at the moment that I know of.
Yeah.
But like I said, there could be something small hiding in the
But it's so
woodwork
weird.
somewhere.
Right after I had that thought, maybe we should start a furry convention, and another one, and then Rebel the Fox comes out with one. I'm like,
I'm
Could've told
ready
me.
and willing to support that.
oh yeah.
I'm always
excited.
willing to help out. Yeah, absolutely. So,
And
more
best
the
of all,
merrier.
It's gonna be free.
that's what I was going to ask. So it's going to be free. That's even better.
It's
Not
gonna be
saying
free, yes.
again when it comes to Virality though, I'm okay with the cost because a lot of that money did go to a charity, and it does go to helping
Yes.
build further.
But with Forever Unleashed, Rebel the Fox is a chairman of his own furry con in Canada. So
right.
He knows what he's doing.
I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. It
He's a
sounds like
good
it's going to be
guy,
fun. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is.
Mhm.
Former
excited.
staff of Wolfie's Hangout, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Retired. Yes,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
retired.
They
He
retired.
got to be way popular,
From the
way
position.
too busy with TikToks and his furry convention and all that. So I get it.
Mm.
It's
Very glad to see
understandable.
that growth in VR chat and for them personally as well.
Yes.
I look forward to hopefully meeting
just-
them.
Oh,
We
Yeah,
haven't
too.
met Rebel the Fox yet.
I am newer to the scene. So for me, I've literally only met a handful of people and been mistaken for only one. And you know who that is. Anyone who sees my avatar knows who that is.
Johnny Cana.
Yes. I knew the
Man,
name
even the
before I knew the
Ghostbusters?
music. I've heard that too. I knew the name before I knew the band. I knew the name before I heard the music. I knew the name before I ever met the person. Then I finally met the person face to face. They weren't even in the Archer. They were in, they have like a dragon avatar that they were wearing at the time. It was hilarious. I'm like, people mistake me for you all the time. They're like, your markings are different. And I'm like, I know. I tell them this. But apparently, because I have blue emissions in my hair and blue emissions on my arms and I'm red and black, automatically one of their
You
friends
have,
showed up in the
actually,
instance.
you actually have red hair, not blue hair.
Thank you. It's red hair. Exactly. Thank you. But because of the blue emissions, they're like automatic. Oh, maybe Johnny changed his hair type. No, he didn't. I am not Johnny Canine. And what's really messed up is I used to be in a band. I used to do cover music, and he does the same cover music I used to do. I don't understand how I haven't bumped into this man and how we haven't been friends yet at this point. But every time I see him in a world, he's surrounded by a bunch of people. I get to say like one or two words to him, and then it's like I just become part of the flock. And one thing I don't do is I don't become a flock. I walk away. I like to meet people, treat people like they're people. I'm not going to sit there and make anyone give anybody that. Like, 'cause I know a lot of creators, when they come into the world, especially, they're like, I just want to chill. I want to vibe. I
Yeah.
want to be like everybody else. So I don't want to go up to them and go, oh, hey, I love your music, blah, 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 blah. I'm mistaken for you, blah, blah, blah. It's like you treat people like they're people, period. And I think that's why a lot of when I meet somebody who is like a more popular person and I actually just talk to them and I don't gawk and whatever over them, they
Right.
appreciate that more because it's like, okay, you're going to
Now-
treat me like a person.
Now,
Mhm.
do you want to know how I met Johnny Canine?
How did you meet Johnny Canine?
Fairy Hideout Countdown event in 2022. Don't know. 2023.
2023.
Yes, 2023. So there was this guy called Johnny Canine,
Mhm.
right? He friended me. He friended me. Now, wait for this. He friended me, came up to me, said the N-word. And I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
okay. And so a little bit went by. I figured out this guy was not Johnny Canine. He was an imposter.
Oh
was-
no.
Yes. So I used to be friends with Johnny Canine. I was friends with Johnny Canine at the time too, the real one. So I wasn't really sure if that was him or that was another one because I never really talked to him. We just met and friended each other and like. And I unfriended both, and then I got the chance to talk with the real Johnny Canine afterwards, and he understood why I friended both because I didn't know which was which. They were identical, and I know he has been struggling with that for a long time. That
A
person.
lot of people do. Once they get to a certain level of popularity, everybody wants to try to either imitate or mimic it.
Mhm.
So
But-
sometimes people even try so much to steal identities.
Exactly.
Those people.
But the thing is also when you reach that popularity level, people who want to be your friend, sometimes you wonder if they want to be your friend to actually be your friend or just because you're popular and they want to
Mhm.
have that clout and ride on your coattails to the top. So I completely understand. This is why I don't go chasing him or anyone who's popular. I usually like to organically meet people and have conversations. I mean, I met Spiral that way. That's how Spiral and I just sat down. We had an hour-long talk about his new song, and we became very good friends after that. And it was just because we talked, and his song meant something to me because it was about him coming out and not caring, you know, being stuck, not showing who he was for so many years, and then finally saying "F it" and this is who I am. And it spoke to me the day he premiered it, and it was like when I saw him, like your song spoke to me because it reminded me a lot of me finally coming out, and it just snowballed from there, and we became friends. We started talking more, and it just that's how I like making friendship. It's not like, oh my God, you're Spiral, you're part of the Slicers. Can I come to your concert for free and get extra bitty thingies? Come on.
Bitty thingies. What is bitty things?
I don't know. I'm making it up as I go. Can I get free
Hashtag
merchandise?
bitty thingies.
Hashtag bitty thingies. Yeah, we should do that. That's the first shirt right there. Hashtag bitty thingies. You heard it here first.
Hashtag bitty thingies.
Oh no! We have more shirts to put the quotes on. I have a bunch of quotes in the quote channel.
Oh Lord. So the main point of the story. Johnny, if you ever see me in an instance, come hang out for a bit. I would love to talk to you about how I actually am not you, but am mistaken for you, and how we have a similar past, because I used to sing. I might be singing again, by the way. That's another little passion project I'm working on, but not anytime soon. More towards maybe 2026. I used to sing.
That's not too long.
It's 6 months from now. 6 months from now. It's a half a year.
Well, we're almost in July.
5 months is. I know, 5 months. Listen, I want to get my content back up first. Then I was thinking about going back into singing a little bit, because I used to love singing. It was very therapeutic for me. So I might go back to it again.
Yeah.
My brother and I are back on talking terms again, which is wonderful after I haven't heard from him in so long. And we used to have like a duo singing thing going. So if not, I'll just go solo like I used to. But it's something I'm thinking about for the future for sure, because I do love music. It's been very therapeutic for me. But before we finish with Ferality, I got to ask, because every convention there's one weird story. Do either of you have a weird story from Ferality? Because I sure do. And I know a few people from my community are going to laugh because they already know what I'm going to talk about.
Well, the only weird story I have is when the crash happened. We were all kind of stuck in the instance, and I was stuck in the instance with two people I did not know, so I did not go speak to them. I tried joining other instances, which didn't work, obviously. I got sent to the error world, and then I saw Glova log on, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna join. And I joined her, and I went up to her like, are you real? Are you for real? Are you real? Yeah.
It's funny because my story happened at that exact same time, but I want to save mine for last. There's a reason. Doki, do you have anything that happened to you that's like one of your weird event of the convention?
I think the weirdest thing was like we went to the closing ceremony. We were all sitting around the closing ceremony, and all of a sudden I hear Doki, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, who the heck is calling my name? And I look back, and there's like 3 people in the back of me, like behind me. And they're like, Doki, up here, and I'm like, hi. I don't know who these people are. I didn't know who these people are, and they were like, oh my gosh. Can I friend you? I'm like, yeah. Okay. I don't know. I still don't really know how they know me. They're like, oh, I know you. I don't have that many 200 followers, but it was just really weird. They're just like, oh my gosh, Doki, can we friend you? And I'm like, yeah, you can friend me. I don't know if they know me from TikTok or from the Hangout, or apparently they know me. They were like, oh, we know you. And I'm like, okay. It was really weird because normally when I go places, I'm kind of like that person at the party that like sits down on the couch and like pets the cat and like nobody comes around them. Or like when you're walking through school, like you phase into the lockers kind of person. That's me. So like it's really weird when people like are like calling me out in the middle of somewhere. I mean, that's not really weird, I guess, to most people probably. It was weird for me.
That's awesome though, at the same time that people recognize you.
I'm just socially awkward. I don't know how. I don't know what they recognize me for either.
They never told you? Maybe it was the TikTok.
No.
Had to be the TikTok.
Maybe. Well, it maybe. I don't know. But the closing ceremony started as they were like, oh yeah, let's go sit and watch. I'm like, okay.
Oh my goodness. So I'm going to preface my incident because it was during the blackout time. I was the only one that was able to get on to a Ferality world, which was a club world. So I was on a video so people could see and watch. And I loaded into the club world. There was like 10 people. Now, I'm pretty sure the person or the thing I'm about to talk about, that person probably won't watch this show. But I'm sorry. Everyone in the chat agreed. I almost got inducted into a cult.
What?
So
Ooh.
I'm sitting down enjoying the music, and someone comes up to me. Now I'm not going to say what avatar they were wearing, anything. I'm going to keep this as anonymous as possible. But this woman comes up to me and goes, "So what's your story? I read your bio. Hell Wolf likes," and like she was
Holy
reading my bio to me in that voice, and everyone's watching and laughing. And I muted VR chat, and I'm like, "Please, please, somebody try get into this instance." Because they're going to either try to sell me something, friend me, or try to induct me into something that I know I don't want to be a part of. So I'm begging everyone to get in. Finally, one of my friends did, but she's talking, blah, 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 interested in me. All of a sudden, the subject changes. And it changes. She's promoting her partner's group. Not going to
Of
say,
course.
I don't even remember the name of the group, honestly, anyway, to say what the name of the group was. But it was out there. Like I had clicked it and I'm looking at it, and then they copied the link and everybody was reading it themselves in the chat that I was in. And everybody's like, this looks like a cult. They held, and I think this is going to give away the group, but I've got to say it because I can't wrap my mind around how they actually have classes for this, but they were holding, are you ready? Head pack classes.
What?
That's what the woman's like. We hold head patting classes where we teach people about head pats and then we have field trips to other groups. They do field trips to other groups. I'm not joking. They're trying to sell me joining this group. And I know. And I'm begging, please, somebody come get me out of this. Because everybody was stuck out of the world because of the blackout. Finally, somebody came in and saved me. And the person kind of walked away. But they literally tried to get me to join. And they were doing meetups where they get their members and they get people that don't know each other to have a conversation to kind of teach people how to socialize. Yeah. And then they record it and put it on YouTube. I don't know where, but I'm like, okay, that's nice to know. Not my scene. They lost that hashtag head pack classes. I don't understand how a group and field trips to other groups. So you might get a field trip coming to your group one day and you'll never know it. You'll just see like 20 people show up and be forced to socialize with other people, because that's apparently what the field trip is all about, going into other groups and socializing. So be aware that this...
been there already.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be interesting? I don't remember the name of the group, but I was and this woman was like pretty close. And I was like, listen, it was a very interesting attempt at indoctrinating me into one of the people watching. They showed their mother the group, and their mother is a deprogrammer, and she read the group and she said, please tell me you didn't join. That looks like and reads like a cult. And she said, no, we didn't join it.
Now I'm curious about this group.
Oh man, I could ask the people.
Did join it?
No.
You could be a head pat extraordinaire.
No. I was so glad that we had the blackout. My excuse for not joining is, no, I can't see anything right now.
Okay. I have to do this.
What? What? Oh no.
So they went like, and this is how you head pat.
Nope, you have to ask permission first.
Oh yeah,
like literally, that's what the class was about. Ask permission, then pass.
Yeah, consent is important, but I already have her consent.
Oh, exactly. In this case, it is totally okay. But like, I think the classes were more for strangers.
So like, this is how you head back.
And not in a mean way of any shape or form.
Agreed.
Whatsoever. What are they exactly teaching when it comes to a head pat? I mean, it's in the name, right? Pat head, right?
That's what I was saying. It was very interesting. And then she went on about talking about a rivalry with somebody else in the group and how she doesn't game and she goes out and actually touches grass, and she's a mature woman of I forget where.
I touched grass today.
I mean, that's what I said. I'm like, you're in a VR game talking about how you go out and you live your life and touch grass. You're not going to get members that way. I'm sorry, but what?
No. No.
It was a very weird
It's
sales
also
pitch.
as opposed to what? Like you have to go out sometime, right?
Yeah.
It was just
Gotta go.
really.
Well, you don't have to, but
I know she was
Then
older
your
than me
headset
when
will
she
die
mentioned her
eventually.
I
age.
highly
It-
suggest it.
You can't wear your headset for
Yeah,
6
fair
years
enough.
straight. I'm just saying. At some point, and you can technically cook and use the restroom if you use the integrated, AI or not. What is it called? Reality. Integrated
yeah.
reality with the with the 3 Quest, but like you have to take it off sometimes. You have to be
Yeah,
out
but
of
you
VR
don't have to go.
sometimes.
You don't have to
Yeah.
literally leave your apartment. You can order
Well,
food
no.
from groceries and stuff now.
No,
It was-
actually, yeah, like you don't.
Expensive, but you can do it.
It was just that was the weirdest. That was weirder than anything that happened to me last year at Umbra. I'm glad that I was saved. That person went away. I went and hid somewhere, and every time I saw an avatar that was like that for the rest of the con, thank God there was only one day left. I was triggered. I'm like, no, not that person again, and it wasn't that person. Thank God. I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh, I was afraid. And the funny thing was, the next day, one of the people that was watching was in a world and saw somebody that was indoctrinated into the group because they were representing the group over their head, and they were like,
Oh,
Okay.
you
no.
won't. They were like,
Is-
Blaze, you
but-
won't
but-
believe
but-
it.
I'm sorry to tell you
Oh.
this, but if that's one of your biggest problems, you have an issue, right?
Wait, oh, hiding from some.
I don't know. I'm curious. I kind of want to take a head pack class now. I want to see.
I do too.
Oh
I
my
do too.
God, I don't.
I do want
I
to see
don't-
this.
I want to see.
I do want to. I do want to see how it works.
Exactly that entails.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, I
my
do want
God.
to see how it works, and if I do get in there and I like see how it works, I can come back here and talk about it.
I will try to
Oh,
find the
Lord.
group for you. And I don't want to sound like I'm bashing on the person. It was just a very weird sales pitch. Very weird sales
gonna
pitch.
figure out-
For something that
We're gonna
seemed
figure
like
out
a
how
cult.
this works and come
Yeah.
back to you. You don't have to. We
'Cause-
do it for you.
Because it seemed very much like a
Okay, Nancy
cult.
Drew.
And it wasn't the right way to try to get somebody to join your group. My opinion. I was just weirded out the whole time. But she tried to be nice. She tried. Just didn't really.
Yeah, if she spoke like you spoke, I'm afraid.
She did.
I'm very afraid.
She did. I have witnesses that can attest. That is exactly how she sounded.
It's just hearsay.
I have so many. I have more questions than I do answers about this, though. A, how do you do a head pack class? B, what exactly is social field tripping?
Yeah.
C, what is the group actually for? Since it has all these different amenities.
I don't know. I think it's to teach people to socialize or to come out of their
Or it's a social
shell
experiment.
or a social
Like,
experiment.
Is it an experiment or is it like
I
a
think
group
it's
for the
an
socially
experiment.
awkward to grow as people? Like what exactly is going on?
And the other thing was the person who owned the group, the one he was there with her, the one who owned the group spoke the least. Maybe a couple of sentences.
That's weird.
Couple of sentences he said to me. He seemed nice. He seemed nice. And that was it.
I mean, who speaks the most of me and Doki when it comes to Wolfie's Hangout? It's Doki.
Fair.
I'm not good with
I'm
words,
eloquently
ergo
spoken.
that's why.
You're gonna get good with words because you're podcasting now, so don't worry.
Doesn't necessarily I mean I'm good with words and how to formulate and all that to sound correct. Because if you say one thing wrong in VR chat in the furry community, you're toast.
Dead. Yeah.
Yep. Not dead, but you're done.
Yeah. Done.
You-
yeah.
You gotta-
Cancel.
the community is
Cancel.
done.
We could say
You gotta be
cancel.
direct with your
Cancel,
words.
yes.
You gotta be direct with your words. You gotta make sure you are saying what you mean and meaning what you say and what is lining
always
up
do.
correctly.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
hot, you're not.
What the hell?
That's my
But they're a
opinion.
hell wolf. But they're a hell wolf.
They might be high in temperature.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I'm just being honest.
Wow.
And that's
it's my
okay.
opinion. I'm
Yeah, and you're
entitled
allowed
my
to have
opinions.
it. Absolutely.
Yes. I just hate them.
Well, you don't also swing that way, so that wouldn't also
That's true. Also true.
Exactly.
Mm,
So
yeah.
Hey, I'm lesbian, not gay.
that's fair, and that's okay.
He
I
did
like
not get that.
pans. No, I know what you said. I like pans.
Do you
like Pam.
specifically like woks, or do you like non-sticks? Do you like stainless steel, ceramic? Like what are we talking?
Whatever,
Thank you for
whatever the
that.
person's like. As long as they've got a good personality.
I'm partial to a
I don't
wok.
think he got that one either.
I'm partial to a wok. It could the little heat dome it makes.
Non-stick is a little bit better, so I
gotta-
don't have to worry about the Pam or the butter.
I gotta have a gas range for a wok, though. I mean, like it
Hey.
works better.
We're not talking about food here. We're talking about human beings.
We're derailing.
No, you're derailing.
I mean, some people cook
derail.
people.
Oh my
We did
god.
derail yesterday on the epic roller coaster thing.
We did.
Several times. That was right. Anyway,
This is the VR Chat podcast.
moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Next subject.
So actually, that was our main subject. So at this point, I think we're at a point where I'm looking, and we can basically do closing stuff or have just a closing conversation before we finish the cast for the day. for the
All right, so
episode.
we're gonna have an opening ceremony and a closing ceremony. Got it.
Exactly. So this is the closing part. So is there
So
anything
an
you want
hour
to talk
of
about?
opening ceremony and an hour of closing ceremony. Okay.
Oh Lord. This is going to be a fun experience. I can already tell.
Yeah. You're editing this, right?
Oh, so far I guess I am editing. The editing.
I can't edit for shit.
I will probably be
I'll work
editing
on-
most of it. I will be definitely editing, and I will be doing all the bloopers. Those will be fun.
Why do they call them bloopers anyway?
I don't know. I always wondered where the word came from.
Yeah. Like I can understand like opers, like the Midwestern ope. We messed up. Ope. Oh, what the hell's a bloop?
Maybe a bloop in the system. I don't know. A blip. No, that's more of a blip than a bloop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's more
weird.
like a dot. Than a,
I mean, you
than
can
a
bloop
line.
Yeah,
a blip
dot.
though, but you can't blip a bloop.
Yeah, that's. Find out next time when we look up what a blooper means.
This will be over before we get this out, but we have
Project Community. We're going to talk about that. as a
Yeah, that's
closing.
right. That's right. We were going to talk about this for closing. That's right. Is it an
Yeah.
event? Is it an event or is it?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yes.
It's a week event, a weekly a week event
It's a
for a whole week.
yeah. It's a week
Okay.
event.
Is it free?
It's
Paid
kinda
for?
like a
It's free.
free.
It's
Yeah.
more for the
It's
community.
kind of like the dealer's den, though, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I know.
Kind of like Borelli's dealer's
but
den
it's for
in a way.
communities
I
and
mean,
creators.
Mhm.
mhm. Yeah, we actually we're gonna have a booth there, and we'll be at the booth as much as possible, and hopefully get some staff to also be there whenever we're not around. But
Cor-
I will be exhausted.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So it starts Saturday. As of this video, it starts.
No, it starts
Friday?
Friday.
no,
Okay, so it's
it starts
Friday
tomorrow.
all the way through until the following Sunday. Correct?
Sunday, yes.
I will try to get this video up on Monday. So if you're watching this on Monday, June 30th, I believe is Monday, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is.
Today's the 26th, 27th,
Yes.
Friday.
June-
Okay.
yes,
So
Yeah.
if you're watching this on June 30th, if I'm able to get this out there, the convention is going, or the event is going on right now, and you have a whole week. So now you can. It's how.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put a link. I'll try because I think you sent me a picture of it, so I could find the link through the picture. I'll put a link
Yes.
in the description on my channel. I'm sure you'll put a link on your channel with the video, and go check it out. It's a group. It's going to be like a, what do you call, you follow the group and then the group will have the instances open? No. Okay. How's it running?
I have no idea.
We
Well,
have no
they'll-
idea.
they will they'll have an instance open for some things. So they have a whole event lineup as well on top of this. So there's like it's like I know there's some concerts going on. There's some showcases, some
okay.
games, dances,
Yes,
improv. Skits
I
and bits will be doing
believe-
an improv.
There's so many booths this year. They overdone it. But I believe how it was supposed to be is that we're gonna be in these instances that is basically public
Okay.
instances. As far as I know, I also know that Lion has had something to do with some interviews that will be done group to group creators and that. And that is on June 30th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or EDT as it's called now, because it's daylight time.
Eastern Daylight Time,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely be there. I want to come check it out for sure, especially if it's a whole week long event. That sounds like something fun to do. Will Wolfie's Hangout be open during that week? There still will be
No.
the same. Oh, so Wolfie's Hangout is being, what do you call it? Paused for the week of the event, so people can go to the event.
It's gonna be closed for the event, yes.
Okay.
Because
Paused.
Pause.
I have to be in the instance every single day. Not the Wolfie's Hangout instance, but this type of instance, and I can't. I mean, we can have it running, but I don't think it will be many people there.
Right, which is fair. It's better to just take a break and focus on the event, so this way more people.
I mean, a
won't
week
focus on the
break is
booth.
a little bit long. We never had that long.
I mean,
It's over a
we'll
week,
see. We'll
actually.
see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
It's 9 days.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll be open regardless, or by somebody or something.
Well, this event starts on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, so that's when I will shut down. I will shut down the instance on noon.
An hour before.
Yes, because I want to be there for a pre-show.
Maybe I'll
Well,
show
I
you.
don't have to be in the instance regardless. It can be
So
open
here's a
until
question.
whenever.
So with the booth, do you get you have special permissions, or is it just like you're gonna have a booth and
No.
then you just go? Okay, so it's literally.
I'm just gonna
anyone
have a booth. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I might
we'll
show
have a
up for the
booth with
pre-show.
advertisement. You can join the group through, and I think a lot of booths are also going to have that option with it, where you can join whatever group, or you can check out their commissions and their page and stuff through like a clickable link. We're gonna have get some pictures, some banners,
join
and things
group.
like that.
Hell yeah.
We'll be there to help, talk to people who are interested or want to ask them questions.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be exhausting but fun.
Definitely exhausting, but definitely a lot of fun. And those are the good things that good exhaustion, not bad.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Wolfie's Hangout is my job. It's what I do.
But it's the best kind of
So-
job to have.
It's
I
my
don't know.
second out of
I don't know.
5 jobs.
Are we going back there and talking about what we do behind the scenes? Because a lot of people don't know that.
I mean, you're welcome to.
Maybe
if
we
you'd
can
like,
save that
or
for
we can
another.
save.
We could probably save that for another podcast. Possibly.
Yeah, I think
Exactly.
so because that's an hour long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we could
already
talk about running groups in VR or something.
Yeah.
definitely. We've already gone. I would say our part at least has definitely reached the point where I wanted it to, and then I still have to do the intro. So we're good. We've
Hey, Will.
definitely got. We have a lot of bloopers. That's one of them. So join us, I guess, in 2 weeks, and we'll have the next episode out where we'll be talking more VR chat stuff, live stuff. We could even talk about what happened after the convention, because it'll actually be the week right after the convention.
Yes.
So it'll be fun. We'll have another event to talk about. That's luck. 2 episodes, 2 events. We'll have to worry about what's next after that.
Do you have any idea how many events there is in VRChat? We can have literally an event every single week to go to.
That's fair.
That is true.
VR
Well,
chat's
we'll
awesome.
see.
And I have to put this in. I have to put this in because it's coming up.
Yeah.
Coming up. When is it coming up? I don't remember. Dates.
Hurry! Oh my god!
I'm hurrying.
You're fine. Take your time. It's not like it's dead air.
Wolfie's Got Talent semifinals, July 19th. 7 p.m. Eastern.
That's going to be
Yes,
fun too.
6
That's
p.m.
something to. That's actually something I definitely want to touch on at some point. Is Wolfie's Got Talent, like the stuff that goes on behind those scenes, because that's definitely way different than doing a community.
Well, I only know the
Yeah.
judge part. Well, I know the building. The
But
world part.
I run the behind the scenes, so I got that.
Perfect. So we have stuff to
I
talk
got the
about
world
for a
part
while.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have stuff to talk about for a while, plus all the other
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
that goes on in the world and life and whatnot. We'll have. This is going to be a very fun experience. I hope you all are ready. I hope you all survive the experience.
I don't think they are because they have no idea what I'm capable of.
That's
Yeah.
a great
I'm-
Samuel L.
I'm
Jackson
still
said in
learning.
Jurassic Park. Hold on to your butts.
Oh god. So anyway, till next time,
Oh,
everybody.
we did a Jurassic Park quote right now. Is that what we
I
did?
don't know.
Doki just
I
did.
threw it in there.
Yep.
She did. Hold on to your butts.
But I know you're going to close this with your catchphrase before you close it with your catchphrase. Till next time, everybody. Take
You
care.
don't want me to say my catchphrase.
The one that you say for your instance catchphrase. Let me be more specific.
Okay.
Yes. Take care,
That
and we'll see you all really soon in the next one. And don't forget.
Whee!
And as always,
Stay hydrated.
Perfect.